We've had any number of occasions, particularly in the winter months, to go out onto the various lakes and rescue fishermen, or in most instances, the rescues have been for snowmobilers who have gone through the ice. We've been able to pick them up and get them to the shore and save their lives. Without Air One, we wouldn't have been able to do that. Project Lifesaver is a program that we instituted in this county a few years ago to help us find those individuals who have dementia, or in some cases children with autistic problems who tend to wander or run away from home. We equip them with a radio broadcast bracelet, and we can find them with Air One's capability to be able to locate them. We've had a number of rescues so far, and we know that in the future we'll have many more. Well, Let's Not Meet by Accident program is one of the projects that we're involved in with Air One. It's an attempt to convince young drivers in particular of the dangers of what can happen in an automobile crash, and to show them visually all the things that go on when they're involved in a serious automobile accident. So it's a safety program that's designed to keep our kids safe. Well, one of the things that Air One does is saves us a tremendous amount of manpower when it comes to searches, not only from the Project Lifesaver, but also from the searches when we have individuals lost in the woods, sometimes lost in cornfields, children who wander away from home. We can call out hundreds of people, many of them on overtime, many of them volunteers who take time away from their full-time jobs just to look for somebody that's lost in Cicero Swamp or the Clay Marsh, any of those areas that we have to search from time to time. Air One, with its capabilities, has cut down tremendously on the amount of manpower that we have to use to find lost people. One of the additional advantages of Air One is that we have what's known as a Bambi bucket. And that Bambi bucket can pick up about 1,000 pounds of water and dump it directly onto a fire, and then return immediately to drop that water a second, third, or fourth time as may be needed to put a fire out. And we have many situations in Onondaga County where it's virtually impossible to get a fire truck close enough to be able to effectively fight the fire. This is just one of those situations that allows us to participate with the fire departments throughout the county and save lives.
Well, as of right now, you know, with Air One and the Bambi bucket available and the close proximity of the airship to us, you know, we get them on a first call basis for anything like what we have down there that day. It's definitely going to be an asset for us as far as firefighting capability, not only just for us as a fire department, but for the people that are in the area, you know, to stop any kind of destruction caused by fire and or wildfires. You get a camp down in a lake that gets going, and with this type of a summer, as dry as it's been, even though people seem like it's wet, you know, you get a fire down there that we can't get at very quickly. You bring in the Bambi bucket and you can at least get a couple of drops on top of it so that we can get to it and try to control it.
We were dispatched from the 911 center of an outdoor fire out in the Bear Road farmlands, alias mucklands. And what we found upon arrival was that we had a very large fire that was, for all intents and purposes, almost impossible to get to. We had probably about 2 acres of fields burning. And it was a hot day. It was approximately 85 degrees. And it was just taxing to get the first crew back in, or just for an assessment. So as the incident commander called for assistance from Air One came over and gave us an overview from the top down as far as the magnitude of it, and they also brought along their Bambi bucket. So with us going in there working approximately an hour into this fire, when Air One came with their Bambi bucket, they really extinguished it. They took approximately 2 hours of time that it would have taken for the firemen to do, and they accomplished it in about 15 minutes with the Bambi bucket. But not only just the time savings, but it was the wear and the tear and the stress on the firefighters out there working in a hot environment. So that was just an invaluable service that we had utilizing the Bambi bucket from the helicopter.
If we have a situation where we have a fire in a remote location, we can drop off the firefighters so that they can take the action that's needed rather than having them try to drag equipment and just walk into areas, you know, that may be a quarter mile, half a mile back into an area such as the Cicero Swamp. One of the other things that we've been able to do with the equipment on the helicopter, we have the FLIR equipment, which gives us infrared readings. There was a fire some years ago out at Sirocco, and we had a number of firefighters who were up on the roof. We were able to take some temperature readings and be able to determine that that roof was about to collapse from the fire that was underneath it. And we got a number of firefighters off that roof moments before the thing collapsed. That avoided the deaths of a number of firefighters. One of the things that we talk about constantly in this county is consolidation. Air One is a major consolidation. It consolidates the firefighters, the emergency medical services, and law enforcement, and it serves all the agencies throughout the county as well as the general public. Air One provides a vital service to Onondaga County. The fire, police, and emergency medical responses that we do on a regular basis have made a difference in the safety of this community. We've been there for 35 years. We hope and look forward to another 35 years of service through Air One.